If you've been using the HTC Vive or indeed the Oculus Rift, you might have heard about the Revive hack, which allowed Oculus Rift exclusive apps to be used on other VR headsets. Sadly, that is no more, as the 1.4 update to the Oculus app includes platform integrity checks that basically determines whether or not your Rift is connected to a PC, which is then running software purchased from the Oculus store. And if the headset isn't present, the app won't run. So basically, this new update breaks the Revive hack by doing a DRM check for the Rift headset. And Oculus has confirmed the presence of what they're calling an entitlement check, basically saying it was added to, quote, curb piracy and protect games and apps that developers have worked so hard to make. And they didn't mention Revive by name, but they did say that this update wasn't targeted at any specific hack. And they went on to say, quote, when we first learned about hacks that modify our software to interfere with the security, functionality and integrity of the Oculus ecosystem and allow games to run outside of the scope of our QA, testing and support, we immediately notified the community that we will not be supporting or maintaining the long-term usability or quality of hacked software. We take the security, functionality and integrity of our system software very seriously, and people should expect that hacked games won't work indefinitely, as regular updates to content, apps and our platform may break the hacks. Now, the creator of the Revive hack spoke to the website Motherboard and basically said that while the check does help prevent piracy by basically checking on whether or not you actually have a Rift plugged in, it doesn't actually do anything to prevent it among those who did. So basically, the presence of the hardware doesn't actually basically verify the validity of the software. So basically what he's saying is, this check, yes, it verifies, okay, you have a Rift and yes, it's plugged in, but it doesn't actually check, hey, is your software valid? So all it really does is make you use the software with the Rift, but the software itself could be pirated, is what he's saying here. And he says, quote, and this clearly excludes anyone who bought the game but didn't buy an Oculus Rift. Even if Revive wasn't targeted, they're probably more than aware of the collateral damage. Now, this does seem to kind of run counterintuitive to comments that Palmer Luckey made previously, about 5 months ago on Reddit, in which he said, quote, if customers buy a game from us, I don't care if they mod it or to run it on whatever they want. As I've said a million times in counter to the current circle jerk, our goal is to not to profit by locking people to only our hardware. If it was, why in the world would we be sporting Gear VR and talking with other headset makers? The software we create through Oculus Studios, using a mix of internal and external developers, are exclusive to the Oculus platform, not the Rift itself. The issue is, people who expect us to officially support all headsets on a platform level with some kind of universal Oculus SDK, which is not going to happen anytime soon. We do want to work with other hardware vendors, but not at the expense of our own launch, and certainly not in a way that leads to developing for the lowest common denominator. There are a lot of shitty headsets coming, a handful of good ones, and a handful that may never even hit the market. Keep in mind, support for the good ones requires cooperation from both parties, which is sometimes impossible for reasons outside our control. So it seems like perhaps Palmer would not be a fan of this particular move, so it could be someone over at Facebook's gone over his head. It's entirely possible. He could have had a change of heart. It's entirely possible. That quote was from 5 months ago, but I don't know. It seems to run so complete 180 to what he said previously that I think that it's someone else that's made the decision, but regardless of who made the decision has been made. But this basically means that you have more motive as a customer to buy a game on Steam than you would on Oculus Home, because you are locked out from doing this because of the Oculus store. And as I said, as the guy said who made the Revive hack in the first place, it checks that you have a a Rift, but it doesn't check, hey, is this software legit? So the thing about protecting developers feels like a BS line, if you keep that in mind. And to be honest, while the Vive is more expensive, it is Valve, and it is directly integrated with Steam. You know, I can't go onto Steam without seeing VR at some point, and given how many millions of people use Steam, playing hardball with Valve like this doesn't seem smart, because even though the Vive's more expensive, it's Valve. This doesn't seem like it's going to end well for Oculus, but maybe nothing will happen because of it, maybe something else will happen, maybe nothing at all will happen and both headsets will continue to be successful, I don't know. I'm just saying, it doesn't seem wise to challenge Valve to an outright battle in this manner, but we'll see. Thank you very much for watching. Do remember to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It does help out a great deal and we very much appreciate it. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.